Hi Gemini, this is KACEE with your September career reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. SHAE and I are so happy to have you here with us. She will have a video that's going to pop up at the end of this one, so please check for that. She does give you a different perspective. The first couple of cards I'm going to pull will be for your energy for the month. Alright guys, let's see what we have in store for us. Okay, Gemini, we have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. This is a really good card because this is where you're focused on what's good for you, what balances you, how you feel inspired. You know, this is also about doing your spirit journey work. You know, sometimes that conflicts with what we want to do every day, and sometimes we are able to do what we love, and it's also our soul journey, and that gives us some extra joy and an extra kick because we're very involved and engaged with our daily routine. You know, we're not going through the motions between 9 and 5 and then do something we love between, you know, 6 and midnight or whatever it is for us, you know. So keep that in mind. We're going to pull a major arcana to see how that clarifies. And we have the Sun in reverse. This is telling me that there are some delays and you don't feel very successful in the balance of your personal healing and happiness, that there's something in your career sector that needs to be fixed. It's out of balance. You're not feeling that joy you should. It's like you love being, say, a nurse, but you hate the hospital that you work at. You know what I mean? It's like if you're a teacher and you love and adore your kids, but the school doesn't give you any supplies and they're a hot mess in the administration department and everything is bad in that aspect. It's like there's no balance there and you feel very off kilter and you really need to get that back in sync. There has to be a change where you love going and doing what you're doing every day. There's something about your career that's really holding you back. Some of you may be not in the actual career you should be in. I'm getting that you have all the credentials, but you can't get your foot in the door to that one company or that one hospital or that one school that you've been dying to get into. You know, you're working towards it, you see it, you can feel it, you can taste it. Every time they have, you know, a job fair and an opening, you're there. But for some reason, you're just not being picked up at the right time. You know, and that's all divine too, you know. Sometimes Spirit has different ideas of where we're supposed to be to help us on our journey. And sometimes we have to wait before we get that perfect job. Here we have Heart Chakra, Disruption, Base Chakra, and Stand Your Ground. All right, Gemini, so when I see this here, you know, Disruption is like the Tower card. The Heart Chakra is all about the feels, you know, loving what you do, getting up every morning with a passion. The Base Chakra is talking about foundation and stability. And, you know, I feel that something shook you and you had to take 2 steps back in order for you to kind of maintain what you already had. And it's like, say, you know, a company you were at for a long time in a very high ranking position closed and you had to take a job that was a big pay cut somewhere else just to pay the bills and put food on the table and everything. You need to stand your ground as to what your worth is. Just because you're there now does not mean that that's where you're going to stay. Sometimes it's a breathing moment for ourselves. Sometimes it's allowing us to regroup, sometimes, you know, go back to school or further our education or reevaluate our spending, whatever it is. Everything is a lesson for us to learn. But you know where you want to go. You want to go through that door for personal healing and happiness and get back in that success zone. But I feel that your success will be different this time. It won't be out of the material necessities. It's going to also motivate you in your spiritual and in your soul so that you're doing what you really love to do. One more shuffle here for you guys. Page of Cups in reverse, 3 of Coins in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Queen of Wands in the upright. So when we talk with the Page of Cups in reverse, this is an apology that you're not going to get. This is a blocked emotion. This is something that stops. This is communication, emotion, everything just kind of quits, okay? Because there's nothing to apologize for. There's nothing to explain out. It is what it is. You see it for what it is, and there's no more emotion. In fact, it's making you feel very cranky, and you have to think of it without emotion. You have to think about it with your mental clarity. So you have to take emotions out of the situation when it happens. And we have the Three of Coins in reverse. This is telling me that there's no teamwork. This is telling me you have to do it on your own. Don't disregard the skills that you have. You know what you bring to the table, and this is where you have to amp it up a notch, and you have to take your emotions out of it. Be very clear and concise. You have to think more of the Queen of Swords, which is kind of the opposite of the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups is all about emotions and thinking with the heart and that kind of thing. With the Queen of Swords, which is the opposite, that is where you think with your clear and concise thinking. You make a plan. You think of it from a different perspective. The Queen of Wands, which is represented in the layout, this is telling me you're going to be very determined, and you're going to be very focused, and you're going to take what you have and you're going to make the best of it, and you're not going to let anything pull you back. You're going to take your emotions out of it. You're going to think of it with your clear mind, and you're going after what you want. So whatever disruption this is that kind of kicked you in your chakras, so to speak, you had to stand up for yourself, and you had to make a choice. And whenever you make a choice, you make a choice for yourself and for the betterment of your lifestyle. And this is where you'll find that success in that balance. Let's go ahead and pull some clarifying cards for you guys. Yeah, here we have the High Priestess. Using your intuition, finding out what the hidden messages are, what you need to do. Wow. Ten of Swords, feeling backstabbed, feeling very stressed out, feeling that you've been betrayed. Page of Pentacles, new opportunities, new beginnings, new financial endeavors. King of Wands in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. That talks about being frustrated and delays, and sometimes your energy is hasty and distracted, and this is where when you're going through this and you're standing your ground, it's like it's making you like hyper. You're not really sure where you're going, and you're starting to second guess yourself. But don't do that. When this new opportunity comes in, you know that you need to look elsewhere. So start enjoying figuring out if there's another position out there for you. Actually take that on as a new job. Enjoy looking for a job. I know you say that and it's the most hard thing ever, but interview these companies. They're interviewing you. You interview them, okay? Because when this comes down, you want to make that beautiful transition. Here we have the Seven of Wands. You don't want to fight for this anymore. This is not interesting you anymore. You've lost your passion for this. Eight of Cups in reverse, walking away and not caring where you're going, just getting away from this energy, this situation, this backstabbing, and doing it on your own. Being very firm and determined. Yes, here we go. Yes, look at you. Find your tribe. This is all about celebration with the Three of Cups. Having that connection, having other people help you, you helping other people. It's a beautiful community card. So know that when you do make these changes and you start moving away from this energy that is not fulfilling you, you will be rewarded. Know what your worth is. Interview this company. You will find like-minded people. You'll feel very home at this new position. It will be very balanced for you because you're coming out of all that balance and imbalance and betrayal. And when this new opportunity comes, you second guess yourself and you're like, should I or shouldn't I? It could be even worse than what I'm dealing with now. At least now I know what I'm dealing with. I know this person's personality in this situation and how everything works. It's worth looking into, and it's really worth making that transition, because for a lot of you, it is what you've been seeking. Strength. Yeah, guys, you need to be very strong when you do this stuff. You need to be very focused, and don't doubt yourself. Don't have any self-worth issues. Just because someone else's resume looks better than yours does not mean you're not the best person for this position. So go in there and give it everything you have. Know that you know what your worth is when you walk in there. And like I said, I keep getting interview the company for yourself as well. It's a two-way interview. It's not a one-way interview, okay? Because they could love you from here to everything, but if they're not going to offer you what you need, and you don't have to take it. There's other jobs out there that will. You know what you bring to the table. You know what your trade is. You know what you're good at. You know what, and what's even more important is you guys know what you're bad at. Okay, and you're able to bring that to the table as well, so that you can circumnavigate those things that you know that just not for you, that you just don't want to do it. If you hate paperwork but you're great at selling, you know, you need to find a position where you have an assistant or a secretary, whatever, that does all that paper, and you'll find someone like myself that loves to do paperwork. Okay, and it's a beautiful balance, and that's how you guys are able to work off of each other. And here we have for your angel message is prayer works, Gemini. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayers. So, you know, invite the angels in. They're always here around us. They always want to help us, but we have free will. And we have to ask for them to come in, guide us, heal us, help us, whatever it is that we need them to do. They're more than willing to come in and step in for us at any time. So please remember that. Stay with your prayers, stay focused, and stay centered. Gemini, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I hope the message helps. I would love it if you left a comment or shot me an email. I hope to have you back real soon, so please like and subscribe. Take care.